Hey guys, this is Les Doss with Terre Rouge and Easton wines, and we're going to be doing a rosé tasting today. We're going to focus on ageable rosés, and since there's social distancing going on right now, we would normally be doing a ride with. Just pretend we're in the car and turn the music up like normal and just ignore me. But the most important thing about this whole tasting is that you see the colors of these wines, that you can't taste them, and that you can get some type of idea of what style these wines are in, including ours. I'll be tasting one Provençal Rosé, one Bandol Rosé, two Tavel Rosés, and our Vin Gris Rosé. All but one of them have age on them. The first wine we're going to do is the Commanderie de la Bargemon. It's a 2018 vintage. It's a Provençal Rosé. The second wine we'll be doing is the La Bastide Blanche Bandol 2017. It has a little bit of age on it, just to prove our point. The third wine is the Chateau de Gris Tavel 2019 from the current rosé vintage you see out in the market. And then the fourth one is Domaine de la Morteray La Dame Rouge Tavel 2018. And then finally, our Terre Rouge Vin Gris d'Amador Rosé 2018. Most rosé in the world is made to drink immediately after vintage. There's only a small portion of the world's rosés that are made to age. They're food friendly and they're structured almost like a red wine. The classic versions of these wines come from the south of France and are based on the Mediterranean grapes like Grenache, Mourvedre, Syrah, Cinsault, and similar styles made from the same grapes globally. Terre Rouge Vin Gris would be one of these. Our intent with our rosé is to make a textured, food-friendly, and ageable rosé. I wanted to taste our rosé with some very good classic examples like these so that you could at least see the wine side by side visually. We wanted to do this to provide some context for why we make this style rosé. We want you to visually be able to see the wines that they're similar to, and our style is closest to Tavel, as you'll be able to see pretty clearly on this. The Provençal Rosé, the Commanderie de la Bargemon, we're going to look inside the glass and get a good color shot of that. I want you to pay close attention to all the color of the rosés. I've sent you a color chart in the email that you can compare it to. The Commanderie is made up of Grenache, Cabernet Sauvignon, Cinsault, and Roll, or you may know Roll better as Vermentino. The next one, the Bandol, it's built on a majority Mourvedre, then Grenache, Cinsault, and Claret. The two Tavel Rosés, the first one being the Gris, is made up of Grenache, Cinsault, Syrah, and Claret, a white rum grape. The Morteray is made up of Grenache, Cinsault, Mourvedre, Syrah, Claret, and Bourbon. Finally, Terre Rouge Vin Gris d'Amador Rosé 2018 is based on this version's Grenache, Mourvedre, Grenache Blanc, Roussanne, and Viognier. So made up of quite a bit of white grape in there too. So all these wines have a little bit of white grape in them. It's traditional to do that in the south of France. It drives the texture of the wine, actually lends a lot of things to it. It also helps make the wines more ageable, add structure. So next thing we're going to do is go through and taste all the wines, and I'm going to stand up and do that and taste each one individually and show them to you. So this is the Provençal Bandol. Smells a little floral. Tastes a little citrusy. Very light, but does have some complexity and some depth to it. It's a very good version of a Provençal Rosé, so not just a throwaway summertime rosé. Next wine is the Bandol. Even more floral. There's a lot of orange peel to it. A lot of depth, a lot of structure, almost tannic a little bit. Next one is the Tavel de Gris. really, really dark pink, you can see. Darkest one of the whole group. 2019 vintage. Almost nothing on the nose right now. Very muted. A lot of cherry to it, but it's really kind of closed. Very youthful, and that makes sense because it's 2019. And then next is the Monterey Tavel. A little lighter in color, but still pretty dark. Really herby on the nose. Darker fruits in this one, even though it's a lighter color than the last Tavel, more like blackberry. And then our Van Gris Rosé. Really spicy on the nose and a little savory. Cherry and raspberry, almost pomegranate-like. Color is very, very similar, you can see, to the Monterey. So very close in color to that Tavel. To the other Tavel, a little bit lighter, but this Gris is really, really dark pink. I'd say it probably was on skins a lot longer. Much darker than the Bandol, step up, less coppery, and it's almost see-through. At least the Provençal is, and ours is much, much darker. It's almost a light copper color. So you can see the color gradation throughout all the wines. They're definitely, if you're talking about the more structured versions, the Bandol, the two Tavels, and ours, they're in a more ageable category. I would put this Provençal wine in an ageable category as Provençal wines go, but much lighter. I probably want to drink that in near term, probably the first 3 years at least. All the other ones, they could go 5-10 years pretty easily, I think. Thanks so much for letting me taste with you today. Be safe and take care.